Today I'll be showing you a popular neighborhood in Valencia that is a great choice for couples and families moving with kids. When you move as a family, you choose a neighborhood under various factors like safety, education, healthcare, infrastructure, prices, and attractions for kids. So in this video, I will cover all of this and go deeper in each of those points. Let's go! In this video, we'll be talking about Campanar neighborhood. First of all, let's look on the map of Valencia and locate it. So Campanar is divided into New Campanar, right here, with sleek modern buildings, gated apartment complexes that have swimming pools, elevators, parkings, and purchase or rent prices are more on the higher end. And an old Campanar here. Buildings from the 70s and 80s, sometimes without elevator and narrow streets. Purchase or rent prices will be lower in comparison. Now that we know where Campanar is located on the map, let's go deeper on why it's a perfect place for families and for living in general, and let's start discussing education and healthcare. This is one of the biggest hospitals in Valencia called Vistas. You can use its services both with a private insurance and public healthcare. So private insurances in Spain are not that expensive, and it's actually recommended to have one, as it provides you a faster access to all the doctors, all type of analysis, and just more narrowish specialists. You can find healthcare packages start as low as 25 euros monthly, but of course it all depends on the age and pre-existing conditions. I'm still getting acquainted by myself with this topic. Soon we'll start contributing to social security system, and we'll have to enroll to a free public healthcare in a medical center. But I'm still trying to figure out what will be the best solution. We'll see how the public healthcare works, and if needed, we'll switch to a private one. In Spain, you can find schools in every neighborhood. Behind me is the main public school. Unfortunately, I cannot come closer as it's fenced. Even parents have to wait for their kids in front of the gates. It's both infantil and primaria schools, which means it's for small kids from 3 to 6 years old and a bit older, from the first grade to the 6th grade. There are also secundaria schools in these neighborhoods for older kids from 12 to 16 years old. Campanar is very green. On the foot distance you have Park Turia, where you can walk, play with kids, bike, and on the other side you have a big Cabecera Park. This is the only park that has a big lake, and during summertime you can rent boats and catamarans to ride them. This park doesn't look like other parks in Valencia because it's designed to feel like real wild nature. It's not a fancy park with neat flower beds or perfectly manicured landscaping. Instead, it's a place where you feel close to nature, like you're in the countryside. This is a part of a global trend to create parks and green spaces that look and feel like real natural habitats, even in the middle of the city. If you're also planning on moving to Spain but don't know where to start, what visa to choose, or you're freaking out about taxes, I recommend you checking out Alison and Alistair's website called Moving to Spain. They have lots of free information on different topics such as taxes, visas, healthcare, housing. They even have information on such things as how to move your pet, money, or furniture from abroad. They even made a free step-by-step checklist which tells you exactly what you should do before relocating and after your arrival. Just click the link in the description below this video to get access to it. Enjoy! Behind me is a popular place among all the families and even tourists who come to visit Valencia, Via Park. It's a zoo with 1,000 animals of 150 different African species. I went to the zoo and I was amazed by how it's built. Animals are not living in the cages or small places, but in completely big natural habitats. You can enter a section of lemurs and they will be jumping all around you and walk next to you. I absolutely loved the zoo's cafe, which is right in the middle of African savanna. And while you're sipping your coffee or getting a bite, you can watch giraffes passing by or ostriches playfully running around. Food is rather on the low quality side, but who cares when you have such a beautiful view? You can purchase an annual entrance to the zoo and go with your family there like it's a park. The cost per adult would be 65 euros and for a kid 50 euros. So what about other attractions where you can relax and spend time with your family? Well, there is a mini aqua park. It's technically in Benicalap, which is next to Campanar, but it's very close from here. There is also a swimming pool, Campanar, in case the residential complex doesn't have a shared swimming pool. And there is a gallery called Bombas Gens. They occasionally hold contemporary exhibitions. Once I went there to see an exhibition of a Spanish painter, Salvador Dali, and that was very cool. Generally, this neighborhood is self-sufficient. There are a lot of good bars and restaurants, so you won't necessarily need to go for entertainment on the weekends to the city center. The only con is that this area is located far from the sea. It's like 25 minutes by car and at least 40 minutes by public transport. So it's not for those who would like to live next to the sea. And New Campanar is located further from the city center. It's like 30-40 minutes on foot. So how much would it cost to live in this area? If we are talking about renting in old part of the neighborhood, the average rent prices will be between 1,000 to 1,100 euros for 1 or 2 bedroom apartments. Buildings will be old with old renovation and sometimes even without elevator. In New Campanar, average rent prices are between 14 to 1,600 euros for 1 or 2 bedroom apartments. There are also a lot of closed residential complexes like in the US, where you'll have an underground parking included, a swimming pool, an inner patio with a playground, and sometimes even a gym. It is perfect for families who look for convenience, safety, beauty, and peace. Prices for such apartments start at 2K and go up to 3K for 2 and 3 bedroom apartments. So I'm walking right now in New Campanar. I'm just checking out some residential complexes that they have here. This complex, it's not very modern. I think it's exactly from 2000s, but this is what I meant by saying closed residential apartment complexes. This building is completely gated and fenced. I cannot enter it, so it's said here that it's Residencial Mirador Sant Pau, and you'll see right now I'm actually walking to the main entrance and I cannot enter it. You need a key or you need to call here, and they have inner patio, they have a swimming pool. It's like a small community over there of different buildings that are located close to each other. This looks weird, but I'm actually trying to pick in this residential complex and show you that they have their own private field for playing volleyball and basketball. The majority of buildings are built in 2000s, but there are a few more modern constructions as well. The demand to live in this area is very high, and there are not enough unique offers on the market for apartment purchase. For example, prices for the cheapest two-bedroom apartment start from 130,000 euros, and they'll definitely need some renovation. These apartments are in older buildings from the 70s and 80s. They are located in micro neighborhood called El Calvari, which is so-so area, but at least it is close to Park Turia. In the range between 300 to 450,000 euros, you will be able to choose 2 and 3 bedroom apartments renovated with furniture in New Campanar Sant Pau micro area. But again, it's just not enough offers for purchase here. So early bird catches the worm. Now let's discuss the infrastructure. So all the main shopping centers, supermarket and transportation is on the fringe of this neighborhood, closer to Park Turia and to the city center. Behind me is Nuevo Centro. It's a shopping mall with all the cafes and clothing, jewelry stores. And next to it there is a popular Spanish chain of department stores, El Corte Inglés, where you can buy everything from food to home appliances. Separately there is here a small mall, Mercado Campanar, with Decathlon store of sporting goods, gym and a quite modern movie theater inside, Yelmo. These malls are kind of outdated. Nuevo Centro actually reminds me one of those malls in the US in retro style that never have been modernized. And as you can see, everything is spread out. So all the cafes and stores, movie theater and supermarket, they're not in one place in one mall. I wanted to show you what has opened recently in front of Nuevo Centro Mall. It's a separate store of Christmas toys and decorations from El Corte Inglés brand. You can buy a Christmas tree, Christmas dish sets, ornaments, take selfies in a Santa house and look what is behind the store. It's a model of the mini town of Bethlehem. This is where Jesus was born, and here various ancient crafts are shown. Next to the mall, there is a main bus station, both with local lines of Alsa buses and international lines. Unfortunately, there is nothing I can show you here. This building looks pretty old inside, hasn't been modernized, so I just hope one day they will improve it and make it more modern. Talking about infrastructure, I can't omit public transport. So there is only one metro station in Campanar, it's Turia. But again, it's located on the fringe of the area next to the malls. So if you live on the other side of Campanar, it will take you at least 15 minutes on foot to get there. But there are buses and bike lanes, so it helps. Right in front of Biopark, there is a huge supermarket Carrefour. It's a big pro for those who live in this area or are planning to move here. I actually need to buy a few things, so we can go and check it out together. As I mentioned before, it's ginormous. When you enter, you don't see the end. You basically can buy anything you want here, from furniture, mattresses and toys to appliances, books and food. This is a paradise. All these are imported French cheeses. You can also buy different kind of olives here. Let me also grab olive oil. Finally, prices started to get lower for olive oil. I was buying half liter for 7.50 was the lowest price of the cheapest brand of Mercadona. But now I see the bottle of €7 for 500 milliliters. So let's try this one. Okay, let's sum up. As you could see by yourself, Campanar is a great area for living and for families with kids. It has everything you want: high residential buildings with beautiful views on Valencia, 5-story residential complexes with swimming pools and parkings, malls and supermarkets, playgrounds, and a lot of green spaces. Don't forget to leave thumbs up to this video, as that helps to grow my channel, and see you next week. Hasta pronto!